Hi everyone and welcome back. In today's video I wanted to share with you some Echeverias that I just bought yesterday. Now I did have quite a reasonable collection of Echeverias in the past, however I did grow disinterested in them and so I sold some and gave others away. But I kept a few of the more unusual ones. Anyways, after my talk at the Cactus and Succulent Society meeting in July, and that video will already have been up by now, so I met another YouTuber after my talk at the July meeting of the Cactus and Succulent Society. We'll try that again. So after my talk, I met another YouTuber there by the name of Chuck. And Chuck runs a YouTube channel, and I'm going to try and get this right, Cerriscapades. Now, I checked out his channel. Fantastic videos, absolutely love them. I spent hours watching them, and his channel is pretty much all about Echeverias, more of the fancy ones, which I quite like. So after watching them, the next day I was like, that's it, I need to buy Echeverias, I need to start collecting them again. So I was absolutely inspired by his videos. He's got heaps of brilliant information as well. So I absolutely recommend checking out his channel, and I'll put a link to his channel in the description below. I think you'll really enjoy his videos. They're very, very good quality. So I bought 3 Echeverias. I've got this one here. I'll do a close-up as well. This is a Echeveria, dead leaf, Barren Bold, I believe it is. Fantastic colours. I got this guy here, which was unlabelled, but a nice purple colour. I don't know what it is. It doesn't really bother me too much. I just like the look of them, but I'm sure Chuck would definitely know what these are. This one here did come with a label. It doesn't look very good, but it's a Echeveria amathorum, something like that. I'm going to repot all of these, and then while I'm at it, I'm also going to fix up my other Echeverias. I want to get my Echeverias looking really good, so I'll take some cuttings off some because they've got a bit of a neck on them, and other ones I'll just repot, freshen them up, and looks like I'm going to start collecting Echeverias now. So, well, why not? Alrighty guys, so here are my Echeverias. I know that this one's an Agavoides, so I definitely know what that one's called. That's good. He actually doesn't look too bad, but I'm going to repot him into some better quality soil. These here are the fancy ones, so I'll likely cut the head off, let that dry a little bit, and then replant them. Some of them have 2 heads already, so I'll cut those off as well. I've got this guy here, which looks fantastic, so the neglect has actually served it well. I'll repot that one. I've got this one here, has lots and lots of heads, which is fantastic, so I'll cut all the heads off. Those, and same as this one. There's 2 different types in here. Is more of a blue form. It has those bumpy bits on the leaf, which I believe are called caruncles or something along those lines. This guy here, which has very frilly leaves and also the caruncles, the bumpy bits. And then down here I have an Echeveria lowii, or Lau, I believe it's called. So for most of them, I'll just be cutting off the heads and drying them and then replanting them. And some that have got a nice shape and form, like the Agavoides, I'll just repot that and just loosen it up a little bit and just check on the roots. So on my travels I managed to find even more Echeverias, and these ones are especially nice. So I'll just run you through them real quick. This is an Echeveria lindsayana. Beautiful, beautiful plant. Nice pink tips and a frosty appearance. Slightly blue. It reminds me a little bit of Violet Queen, but this is obviously much larger leaves. leaves. And this guy here, another Echeveria, this one's called Blue Waves, and this will colour up more with harsher conditions. So less water, brighter light, that's the best way to get colours out of them. Over the back here, this one's highly sought after. This is an Echeveria Canty, another nice frosty one. And then this one here, this is the one I'm most excited about. This is Echeveria Romeo, and this is a very large plant. Absolutely beautiful, so it's got nice red leaves, and then some splodges of red on the tips as well. But yeah, so 4 more now to the collection, and these weren't very much money. These were only $12 each, so for the size plants I think that's very good value. So as with any other new plants, the first thing that I will do is repot them. I'm not a big fan of these purple pots. I think they're too bright and they detract from the plant. I much prefer black pots, as I think they display the plants much better. I've got the mix already here as well, and this is just potting soil with some perlite, and then also a little bit of scoria as well, just to help the mix be a little bit more open. So I'll go ahead, replant these guys, and then we will have a look at my refreshed Echeveria collection. Alright, stay tuned. Alrighty guys, so here they all are, all repotted and refreshed, looking much better than they did before. I'll put up another picture of how they looked before I decided to take care of them, and you can see that they're looking much better now, much more presentable. So I'm really looking forward to them flowering. I've got some flowers here on the Agavoides. The Romeo is also starting to flower as well. And I think there was one more. This one over here is starting to flower as well. So I'll put up some pictures of close-up of the flowers. And what I'm particularly looking forward to is trying to do some cross-pollination and get some seed. I've not grown Echeveria from seed before, but I'm looking forward to giving it a go. And I actually saw a video that Chuck did, and links to his channel are in the description. I saw some seed that he's collected, so I'll be following his tutorial on that. And I'll link that video as well in the description. So, big fan of Chuck's channel, as I've said a couple of times now. I've been binge watching for weeks. But yeah, so I'm going to look at doing some cross-pollination. I don't really know what if there's any compatibility issues, but I'm just sort of going to do what I usually do with cacti, and that is just take to them with a paintbrush and hope for the best. And I just actually noticed that this one here is flowering as well. So that's pretty cool. So I've got 4 that are flowering, or soon to flower, which is pretty exciting. And I'm looking forward to seeing these guys grow and look much happier and healthy. I've got plenty of pups, and some of them just look terrific once you start taking care of things. And of course you will have seen these guys here before. That's the Tacitus Balla, I think it is, or I think it's also known as the Graptopedilum. I'm not 100% sure, but that one has got those gorgeous pink star-shaped flowers, which I absolutely adore. But here they all are. I'm interested to see what becomes of this guy here. He doesn't look very nice at the moment, but be interesting to see how they look. Now, at the moment, because they've been repotted and refreshed and everything like that, I've got them down the end of the greenhouse, which is under 70% shade cloth. What I'll actually do in maybe another couple of weeks is move them down to the 50% end so they get more sun. But right now I just want them to have a little bit of a relax and not get blasted by the sun, and just settle in. And then once they've settled, then I'll look at moving them down for more sun, just to increase their colours. Growing them in a greenhouse has its advantages because you don't get you can control leaf damage a lot better, so they won't if they're starting to get burnt, like this guy here is a little bit burnt, then I can change things quite easily to better accommodate them and keep them happy. Again, I don't know all of the names of these guys. In between, I filmed this video over the course of a couple of weeks because I just had some things pop up, so I had to do it in bits and pieces. And in that time, I remembered that this one back here, that is a Mexican giant, I think they call that one. Absolutely beautiful, nice and frosty. So what I'm thinking in the cross-pollination is that I might try and do, say, this one here and the Romeo. So I'm hopefully maybe end up with something like Red and Frosty, or I don't really know how the genetics work. I don't think this guy's in frame. This is a Echeveria Canty. Absolutely beautiful. So, and also as well, I noticed some people will say Echeveria, some people will say Echeveria. Again, with the pronunciation, I don't really care for it too much. Whether you say Echeveria or Echeveria, I think everyone knows what you're talking about. So, whatever suits, tomato, tomato. But anyways, thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you found the video interesting. And as always, happy gardening. Bye.